Hello, and welcome to our talk on compassion fatigue. There are many words used to describe compassion fatigue. You can see them in this slide. Anxiety, burnout, apathy, indifference, unempathetic, sad, vicarious trauma, irritable, insomnia, tired, and headache. Those are just some of the terms that are used when we describe compassion fatigue. What is compassion fatigue? Compassion fatigue is a form of psychological stress. Caring for our loved ones can place additional stress on us, and what we often don't talk about enough is the impact of caring for loved ones over a long period of time, or even periods of shorter duration, which frequently result in intense emotion. Compassion fatigue is the cost of caring for others or their emotional pain resulting from the desire to help relieve the suffering of others. It is also known as vicarious or secondary trauma, referencing the way that other people's trauma can become their own. It arises from the emotional and physical demands of caring for others, particularly in the high-stress environments like healthcare settings. Looking after your loved one is an example of this. The symptoms of compassion fatigue make it more difficult to provide patient care, the care of your loved one, and to perform other duties. It can manifest as a combination of physical, emotional, and behavioral symptoms, as mentioned in the previous slide, including the feelings of exhaustion, irritability, apathy, and a reduced ability to empathize with patients or colleagues. If you don't attend to the compassion fatigue, it will lead to burnout. And with burnout, you are so exhausted from giving, you lose any empathy you have for your loved one. The warning signs. Compassion fatigue develops over time, and you can spot the signs if you know what to look for. Feelings of helplessness and powerlessness in the face of patient suffering, reduced feelings of empathy and sensitivity, feeling overwhelmed and exhausted by work demands, feeling detached, numb, and emotionally disconnected, loss of interest in activities you used to enjoy, increased anxiety, sadness, anger, and irritability, difficulty concentrating and making decisions, difficulty sleeping and sleep disturbances like nightmares, physical symptoms like headaches, nausea, upset stomach, and dizziness, increased conflict in personal relationships, neglect of your own self-care, withdrawal and self-isolation, and also an increase in substance abuse as a form of self-medication. These are all warning signs of compassion fatigue. What are some coping and management strategies? Well, there's some suggestions. Identifying compassion fatigue can help you start to take steps to manage it. Practice mindfulness throughout the day by being aware of your thoughts, your feelings, and physical sensations. When you start to feel anxious, help yourself calm down by focusing on your breath and slowing down your breathing rate. If you feel overwhelmed and out of control, take a moment to think about what you do have control over and what you can change. Establish a good self-care routine that includes eating healthy, getting more exercise, and getting enough sleep. Reach out to others for support, whether that's friends, family, or a peer support group. And set aside time for meaningful activity and find ways to connect with loved ones. And take a break from the news and limit the time you spend online every day. So what to do? There's 5 areas that we've sort of looked at. They're connect, be active, take notice or practice mindfulness, keep learning, and give. And I'm going to go through those, each one of them. So what to do? The first one is connect. Feeling overwhelmed or overburdened, you want to disconnect and distance yourself. In that context, the idea of connection may sound paradoxical. We need to feel close and valued by others. Our social relationships are critical for well-being and for acting as a buffer against mental ill health. Have at least one meaningful conversation every day. Talk to somebody instead of sending an email. Put 5 minutes aside to find out how somebody really is feeling and really listen to what they're saying. Give a colleague or a friend a lift to work or to the grocery store, or share a journey home with them from someplace. Be active. You feel so tired and worn out that you want to pour a drink and watch Netflix. Tempting, but get up and move. Get the app to record your steps. We all know that regular exercise lowers rates of depression and anxiety across all age groups, and it's seriously good for cognitions. It doesn't have to be intense for you to feel good, and walking with a neighbor can have the benefit of encouraging social interaction as well as providing some level of exercise. Take the stairs and not the elevator. Go for a walk at lunchtime. Get off the bus one stop earlier and walk that final part of your journey to work. Have a kickabout in a local park. Do some easy exercise like stretching before you leave for work in the morning. Take notice and practice mindfulness. Reminding yourself to take notice, to strengthen and broaden awareness, being aware of what is taking place in the present directly enhances well-being, and savoring the moment can reaffirm life's priorities. Heightened awareness enhances your self-understanding and promotes positive choices based on your values and motivations. Take some time to enjoy the moment and the environment around you. Have a clear the clutter day. Take notice of how your colleagues are feeling or acting. Take a different route on your journey to or from work or to the grocery store, and visit a new place for lunch. Those are all examples. Lifelong learning, corny but true. It enhances self-esteem and encourages social interaction and a more active life. Practice setting goals. This relates to adult learning, and it has been strongly associated with higher levels of well-being. Sign up for a class, an interest that you have. Read the news or a book. Set up a book club. Do a crossword puzzle. Research something that you always wondered about. And give. You give so much. Again, paradoxically, find a way of giving outside of work that matters to you. Commit an act of kindness once a week over a 6-week period and see how you feel. Thank somebody. Smile. Really smile. Give to the United Way or some charity. Tell somebody how helpful or important they are to you and how much you enjoy their contribution. Other supports. Professional support from your organization, psychologists or counselors, group supports, community resources and supports, and most of all, cut yourself some slack. You're doing the best you can do. Take some time for you. We've included a questionnaire on your professional quality of life scale. This is the website that you get it from. In the next slide, we'll talk a bit more about it. So this professional quality of life scale, or PROQOL, is for compassion, satisfaction, and compassion fatigue, and it's version 5 in 2009. So it just asks some questions, and you answer never, rarely, sometimes, often, very often, and you'll total the scores afterwards, and that will tell you where you're at. These are just some of the references that we used. This concludes the webinar. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to contact us at mychcc.ca. Thank you, and have a great day, and look after yourself.